to this. This is the second edition of the Monday Night Wars, which is a series where myself and sometimes guests, sometimes not, will be reviewing chronologically from the 5th of January 1998 all the way up until April of 2001 when WWE finally bought WCW. We'll be reviewing the Attitude Era, and you can follow us each and every week. The next episode will be the Royal Rumble 1998 review. This is the January the 12th 1998 review from Monday Night Raw and WCW Monday Nitro. And in case you missed the first episode, I'll put the link already in the description box below. Watch that. More importantly, last week, WCW Nitro, we gave that the win. Me and Sammy watched that show. We gave WCW Monday Nitro the win. This week, it's been about 2 days since I've watched both of them, so I'm going to recollect in my brain, remember it, and I'll be reviewing them both right here, right now. Drop in the comments if you're watching live. What are some of your favorite Attitude Era moments? And we'll read them out on the air. So, here we go. Monday Night Raw, 12th of January 1998. This is the go-home show for the Royal Rumble. So when I'm looking at this as, can you, WWF in 1998, get me, LK, in 2016 excited to buy your pay-per-view Royal Rumble 1998? So we start off with a match, and it is also the 5th year anniversary for Monday Night Raw. So we have New Age Outlaws, the champions, versus the Headbangers, versus the Truth Commission, versus the Godwins. I'm a big fan of Billy Gunn. I think Billy Gunn is criminally underrated. I really do. I think he's great. And if I watched W back at the time, I think he would be one of my favorites. And that's something you don't hear every day. So Outlaws versus the Legion of Doom is announced for the Royal Rumble. That'll be for the Tag Team Championships. Again, there we go. So we're already promoting the Royal Rumble here. The only entrance was the Outlaws. It was the only team with, interest and, kind of a build towards the Royal Rumble. Gunn gets the win with a right hand with brass knucks, cheating to get the win. It was short. It got the Outlaws over heading into their match against LOD, which I think is important because LOD is such a legendary team, and they've been put out of commission by DX at the time. So it would be them being brought back at the Rumble 1998, and I am extremely excited for Rumble 1998. I'm going to be watching that once this goes off the air, and I'll be bringing to that next week. Then we have Stone Cold Steve Austin in a truck. He arrives. Little things like that you wouldn't get on modern day Raw, would you? Just Steve Austin in a truck arriving and the fucking pop of the crowd. Come back from commercial. Steve Austin takes out the Godwins backstage. Steve Austin then comes out. He cuts a promo saying he will win the Royal Rumble and that he is a marked man. Michael Cole hypes the live Royal Rumble draw for tonight's show. Steve Austin just does his catchphrase, get his ass out of there. Getting him over. But it was, not only did you get Austin on the show, which is going to help numbers, but you also promoted the Royal Rumble match and you promoted the live draw for the main event. A limo arrives. And D-Generation X inside. I remember D-Generation X at this time was Shawn Michaels, the greatest of all time, Triple H, and the late great Chyna. That sounds horrible saying that. Then we have Kurgan from the Truth Commission versus two jobbers. Kurgan's in the Rumble, makes him look dominant. He gets to him with the Paralyzer. Kurgan, he's... Now, this might mean something to American folk, which is why I wish I had a guest on here from America, Samuel Booms, but he put on this helmet and he used it. He crushed the helmet, sorry. Like, he literally put it in his helmet. Is that to get heat on the town that they're in, or was it just to show how dominant it is? Either way, it looked really cool. It was a great visual. It really, really was. Shawn Michaels, who was the WWF World Chairman at the time, and Chyna, there's basically a big lorry in front of them, in front of the entrance. So they go out, they ask if the truck driver can move. Owen Hart then, running, slides on top of the limo, dives inside. He starts beating on Triple H. H screams for help. You can hear help. Shawn Michaels and Chyna run all the way back in. They jump in the limo with him. He start beating, and then the limo just bombs it off. The limo just drives it off, and you're left. What? Is Owen Hart okay? Is he all right? Like, what the fuck's going on? Is Triple H okay? Like, what? Hooked. You will now not turn the channel until you find out what's happened. Absolutely brilliant. Magnificent television. Mark Merrow, he comes out. Merrow cuts a promo. No one cares. Sable's music hits. Listen to this. Goldust comes out of Sable. He's wearing a thong and he's wearing a bra. It's absolutely hysterical. This is where it was awkward because I was watching this in my room. And my 10-year-old brother was in the room. And I had to legit skip until Vader came out. Because it was just so like, oh my God, I can't show. And that's the magnificent part of the edge. You're kind of on edge. Absolutely brilliant. So Vader comes out as Vader versus Mark Merrow. This is promoting Vader versus Goldust at the Royal Rumble. The real Sable comes out. Sable kicks Goldust. Goldust walks and sulks like a girl. Mary sends Sable to the back, getting him insane heel heat. Goldust takes a coconut out of his bra and hits it over Vader's head. Funny as fuck. And in a way, it made me want to see Vader kick Goldust's ass for being such a goof. Like, it's absolutely hysterical. He is going mad. He's getting things out from his tits and banging them over her head. Absolutely hysterical. The limo comes back. DX, fucking hell, Nintendo DS comes out. D-Generation X come out. Where's Owen Hart? Hooked, not changing the channel. Then you have The Rock, who's the Intercontinental Champion, and Dino Brown versus Ken Shamrock and Mark Henry. The Rock is without the belt. Now, I don't know if there's a story online about this, but I was really interested in why The Rock did not have the Intercontinental Championship around his waist or shoulder. It was really strange. And this is also promoting The Rock versus Ken Shamrock at the Royal Rumble. And if you notice this go-home show, I'm just talking about Royal Rumble because that's what they did, promoted the Royal Rumble. Henry has a Rocky Sucks shirt. Like, imagine getting the heat to the point where you, like, the heels back in the day, if they wanted to make merchandise money, they would have shirts with them on that say they suck, like Rocky Sucks. Heels of today have their own merch, like Kevin Owens. Like, this is not me picking on Kevin Owens. He's a heel. He has a Kevin Owens shirt. Why would you want people to buy your merchandise when you're a bad guy? You want them booing you. Buy my shirt that says Kevin Owens sucks dick. No, I wish that. Rock, though, pre-match cuts a promo saying he'll rip the shirt off his fat, ugly ass. I was talking about Mark Henry. I thought that's funny. All four of these men as well are in the Royal Rumble, which JR talks about. Henry then attacks Shamrock and hits him with a big elbow drop. Nation then beat on Ken Shamrock. Rock hits the Rock bottom. Referees come out to break them up. Henry then takes the Rock Sucks shirt off, and he's got a Nation of Domination shirt on. Farouk is angry at the Rock. Oh, he's on the ramp and he's angry at him, for not talking about Mark Henry joining the ranks of the Nation. So you can already start to see tension starting to come with Farouk and the Rock. Really great stuff. So you got Henry over as a heel. You now got sympathy on Ken Shamrock, and now you're like, I want to see Ken Shamrock kill the Rock. How do I do that? Buy the pay-per-view and watch the Royal Rumble. Then we have DX. They come out. Triple H says Owen is in the sewers somewhere. Shawn Michaels, I'm going to be honest, he is the greatest of all time. No doubt, no ifs, buts, or maybe he's one of the greatest of all time. And I'll never question or doubt his work, ever. If you're looking for a review of me bashing Shawn Michaels, there's the door, actually. There's the door. Get on out of it. But he looks drugged up. When I mean drugged, I mean painkiller. He just looks drugged up. I don't know what. This was Shawn Michaels of the old, of 1998, not of 2016. These were dark times, Harry, dark times. Like, this is bad Shawn Michaels. But he's still better than 9/10 of the current whole wrestling world. Shawn Michaels takes the piss out of Tyson for being the baddest man on the planet. Shawn Michaels talks beating The Undertaker at the Royal Rumble, promoting the Rumble. Owen Hart, he's on the big Titantron, says he's a survivor. He comes out and tells Triple H he'll break the other leg, you and your bastard. Big brawl goes to a commercial break. Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant. Goes to commercial break, and you come back, okay, and it's not the brawl. You're like, what the fuck? What's happened? And then they say this. Find out at the end of the night what happened, and it's absolutely brilliant television. You have DOA, which is Skull and 8-Ball versus the Rock and Roll Express, which is Gibson and Morton. Jim Cornette comes out. He talks about the NWA. It's all right. Cornette's on commentary. Cornette hits Skull with the racket, and the ref catches him, causing a DQ. 8-Ball then nails Cornette. 3-on-2 until Chains comes out to make the save. This felt a bit pointless. I will be brutally honest. It felt a bit pointless. But at the same time, they're carrying on this Jim Cornette and the NWA, and it's just, I don't give a rat's ass. This NWA stuff can suck my cock. I have zero interest in this. Then we have Mankind versus Goldust. Goldust's second appearance of the night. Goldust comes out as Dude Love. Mankind just applies the manual core. Stone Cold comes out, stunners the pair of them, runs away. Remember, he's a marked man, so he came in, stunner, get the fuck out of there. All throughout this show. Brilliant. Los Barricas versus Taka Michinoku and Scott Taylor. Scott Taylor would go on to become Scotty 2 Hotty. So you have Sunny is the ring announcer. Now, this to me felt like they were just finding a excuse to put Sunny on the show. Now, I didn't have a problem with that because she was a beautiful, beautiful woman back in the day. She really was gorgeous. You will not hear me moan about that at all. But it just felt like it was a bit too, yeah, there you go, there's something to do. King says 2 words for Taka: green card and deported. Absolutely hysterical. I was cracking up. I was pissing myself. I was unbelievable. You say that today. If you say that today, you would be fired on the spot. You would be chucked out. You would be buried for the rest of your life. You would be bullied if you said those words. Legit saying, hey, I got 2 words for you: green card and deported. And JR's like, oh, no, that's 3 words. Absolutely brilliant. You would never, ever in a million years get away with saying that. It's getting King hatred. Heel heat. Brilliant. Jesus hits a nice reverse suplex off the top to get the win. Los Barricas beat on Taylor and Taka Michinoku until Owen Hart comes out. He makes the save. Playing on and following up on the story of last week, which was Los Barricas attacking Owen Hart. Absolutely. That would not happen in 2000. The follow-up, the attention to detail was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. So DX, they come out. Shawn Michaels offers a Kane a spot in the DX family and wants Kane out here right now. Taker's music hits. Taker comes out. Taker wants Shawn Michaels to stay out of his family's business and worry about the Royal Rumble. Taker goes to chokeslam China. Triple H then hits him with a crutch. Shawn Michaels sweet chin music, 2-on-1, well 3-on-1 in essence, beat down. Lights out, Kane's music, big pop for Kane. Kane comes out and you're thinking, no, he's going to join DX, but he doesn't. Kane saves Taker. DX run the fuck away. Kane on the ramp. He extends his hands. Taker gets to his one knee and he extends the hands too. Taker salute. JR's commentary here is why he is the best ring announcer in the history of professional wrestling. Him screaming, oh my God, what a moment, what a moment. And you believe it. You believe that these 2 brothers, just by extending their hands, are just showing respect and love. And it's a testament to Kane's acting, a testament to Taker's acting, and JR's voice, his tone, the way he's so excited but emotional at the same time hits you. And it's a magical moment. It is a Raw moment. We do not get Raw moments anymore. We get them few and far between. And that was one of them. Absolutely fucking amazing. And then that's not it. And you're thinking, you know what, end the show now. I've already got my cable provider, but like I've already got them on speed dial. I'm buying the event. Now, and then I'm sitting here like, oh, I cannot wait for the Rumble. And I'm excited that the 3rd edition of Monday Night Wars will be the Rumble. Then we have 29 wrestlers in the ring. This is for the Royal Rumble draw. Honky Tonk Man is in there. There's a fall. That's funny. Stone Cold Steve Austin last to come out. He goes through the crowd. Stone Cold stunners the Godwins, gets the fuck out of there. The Nation of Domination and the Barricas, though, they beat Steve Austin on the ramp. They're still brawling in the ring. It's chaos. JR plugs Rumble like shit, and they go off hot. They go off with a brawl in the ring. Austin being laid down again. So for the past 2 weeks, you've had Austin beat the shit out of everyone, and then finally the numbers game took out Steve Austin. But will that be the case this Sunday at the Rumble? Find out, watch the Rumble. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. So Monday Night Raw, if we're doing a win-loss tie system, getting a win. It had one purpose: make me excited for the Raw Rumble. Now I sat down and I said to myself, I want to be, I wasn't here, I was upstairs. I was hoping that, you know, it would make me excited to watch the Rumble, because I will be, because I'll be reviewing on the 3rd edition. And it did. I came out of it wanting to turn on the 1998 Royal Rumble, but I had to watch Nitro. You know, and Nitro hasn't really done the job of building to the sold out event, which is the next event after the Royal Rumble, but we'll get to that. So we have Nitro from January the 12th, 1998. We're 2 weeks away from sold out. This is how it's going to work. The episode 3 will be the Royal Rumble 98. Episode 4 will be January the 19th. And then episode 4, that was a loud thud, wasn't it? Episode 4 will be sold out 1998. Sold out 1998 is a great event. I remember it clearly. I can't remember the Rumble 98. So Monday Nitro, January the 12th, 1998, they do a video package of the first ever Thunder, which took place last Thursday, where J.J. Dillon announced no one. is the current. I'm sorry if you hear that wind. It's really fucking cold out here in England, and I do apologize. That no one is the world champion, and still Sting tells Hogan for the first time he spoke, he put the baseball bat to his throat and says, "You're a dead man." Absolutely brilliant. So we start off with Hogan, Nash, and Bischoff coming out of the limo. Nash says he hit Savage before Savage hit me. Hogan says this is family problem, stay away. Bischoff told Gene to stop stirring the pot. Brilliant. Brilliant. You're following up from last week where Savage hit Bischoff and Nash hit Savage in a great moment. Absolutely brilliant moment. I won't forget that as long as I live. Brilliant moment. And they're continuing that story. Brilliant. Then we have our first match. You have Jerry Flynn versus Bill Goldberg. Who would have thought? Unbelievable. Goldberg hits a deadlift powerbomb and the crowd erupt. He hits a spear and a jackhammer to get the win. Squash. That match was longer than Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar in 2016 at a major pay-per-view main event. Then you have Black Cat, what a racist name, versus Marty Jannetty. This is Jannetty's debut in Nitro, and this is his entrance. It is him jogging so slowly. It's like a walk. So he's and then he just sticks his hand out, gets in the ring. Like, what are you doing? Like, that's what I'm doing. I'm Jannetty. Fucking imbecile. Cat hits a really nice spike DDT for a 2. Jannetty hits a rocker dropper to get the win. I'm surprised how decent Marty Jannetty was in 1998. He obviously left Shawn Michaels with the Rockers in WWE, and you didn't really hear much from him. But it was interesting to see that he was still eligible to be a great wrestler. What the fuck was he wearing, though? It was like a swimsuit. It was really strange. A star and a half. Black Cat's from Japan. He did well for himself. And then a second NWO limo appears. This time it's Scott Hall, Randy Savage, and Tenzon, who is still with New Japan Pro Wrestling right now. Savage wants to know what Nash said, even threatening, because Gene Okerlund is with WCW and he's biased towards WCW. He said, "Did you hear what Nash said about you?" And then he's threatening him. What did he say? Gene says, "Gene here seems like a legit broadcast. Here it is, journalist. He is stirring the pot. He is making heels get heat, making babyfaces seem big." I really admire that. And he's on the job. He's not just in a backstage area. He's going outside into the limos. That's why he's such a legend. And then we have this, which made me, when they announced it, rub my hands. Dean Malenko versus Chris Benoit, two of the best technical wrestlers of all time. Really nice, fundamental pro wrestling to start off. Non-stop, just work rate. Malenko hit a lovely German suplex. Both men go for their submission finishers regularly. It took them like 2 minutes to get to him. There was chemistry. There was just counter to counter to counter. Benoit applies a crossface. Malenko taps. As we go on to our next page here, just let me find the notes. There's so many of them. That's that page done. Raven then comes in. Raven DDTs Benoit. Saturn, he attacks Malenko with the Rings of Saturn, getting the heel heat over, but more importantly, getting Benoit versus Raven at Sold Out next Sunday over. Great job. 2.5 stars. The match was brilliant. There was the crowd are respectful, which I was a bit worried because in this attitude era, loads of teenagers, the testosterone, looking there to see Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Sting, Hulk Hogan. They're going there to see those people. So it's great to see them appreciate that. And Raven versus Benoit, I'm so excited to watch because I know what a great match it will be. Then you have Mean Gene. And if you wonder, okay, if you can hear that noise and it just started getting louder, over there is actually a machine which sucks up. When you talk, you breathe out. I can't remember what it was. It was carbon monoxide or something like that. It's a gimmick. You breathe out this gimmick, and that sucks it up, turns it into water, and we use that water to water the plants. Isn't that a genius creation? Gene interviews JJ Dillon, the hardest working man in pro wrestling is Mean Gene. JJ says he is fining Randy Savage $5,000 for striking an executive. Even though it's Eric Bischoff, it's still an executive. Savage comes out. He's screaming at JJ Dillon. Bischoff comes out and says he'll pay the fine. Savage is still pissed. So even though Savage hit Bischoff, Bischoff wants to pay the fine to keep, the family strong. Brilliant stuff. Gene then goes at another interview. He's interviewing DDP, who's the US champion. DDP's a very underrated promo. He did a promo last week. He did a promo this week. Very, very underrated promo. He says on Thunder it will be DDP and Lex Luger versus Randy Savage and Kevin Nash, promoting the new shows. Not a problem with me. I just wish there was more pay-per-view promotion, because I don't even know what DDP's doing at the pay-per-view, if anything. Then you have Saturn versus Booker T for the WCW TV title. How about this? What if WWE had a television title and it's defended every week? What would you do? Like, consider that. A TV title defended every week, a guaranteed title match. Could it work? Could it not? Thoughts? Saturn, it's really nice suplexes. He's severely underrated. And he has a GoFundMe page set up where you can help him with support with his brain or something to do with that. So if you guys are huge fans of Saturn and you want to support him financially during his tough times, head over. It's on GoFundMe or something like that. Saturn gets the win with a roll-up. He uses the ropes. So he uses the ropes. You have a new TV champ. But Rick Martel comes out. He tells the referee, hey, his feet's on the ropes. His feet was on the ropes. The referee rings the bell. Booker T hits the scissors kicks and the Harlem Hangover to get the win. Booker T, still your TV champion. Martel asks, Booker T's like, dog, I owe you one. And then Martel's like, how about a title shot? Booker's like, I got you, dog. So now you have a 1.5 stars, 1.75 stars, 2-star kind of match. Didn't go long, but we got a title match. We have Booker T versus Rick Martel at WCW Sold Out. And last week, we put over Rick Martel like nauseum. We said he was amazing, great shape, and I'm pumped for a Booker T Rick Martel match. Then we have Nick Lambros and the Giant. They come out. Giant here in an amazing shape. Nick Lambros is just some dude in a suit. I have no idea who he is. He says Kevin Nash must put up $1.5 million. And if he doesn't show up at Sold Out, he will lose that money and he'll go to WCW. And if he doesn't pay the money, there will be a 1-year suspension. So now, basically, the story is Kevin Nash must put $1.5 million up, and if he doesn't show up at Sold Out, that money will go to WCW, so he has to show up. Because basically the story was at Starrcade 97, it was meant to be the Giant versus Kevin Nash, the Giant being Big Show, versus Kevin Nash in the Battle of the Giants, but Kevin Nash didn't show up. Bischoff then comes out. He comes out with Bischoff. Bischoff is cut from Time Warner also. Hogan, Henry Holmes, and Eric Bischoff come out. Holmes accepts. He puts up $1.5 million to prove he will be there, and says to the Giant, WCW must put up $1.5 million up too. But with that being said, it doesn't mean the match. It means the Giant cannot touch Kevin Nash till Sold Out, or you will forfeit the money. Sheesh, so much going on. So to summarize, Big Show must put up $1.5 million, and if he touches Kevin Nash, he loses that money. But Kevin Nash puts up $1.5 million, and if he does not show up at Sold Out, he loses the money. So in essence, Big Show's got to put up with Kevin Nash for another 2 weeks, but he gets his hands on and a guaranteed match at Sold Out. What this is doing, ladies and gentlemen, is it's very smart. It's guaranteeing you that you will get Kevin Nash and the Giant at Sold Out. Nash then gets in the ring. He gets right in Giant's face, and it's just torture to watch. The Giant resists. He's there like, no, this is so difficult, and he just leaves. Awesome, guaranteeing the match there. Absolutely brilliant. And Luger versus Savage is announced for Sold Out. That'll be a good match. Then we have Hugh Morris versus Lex Luger. Complete, complete opposites. Is what I was going to say. Shape, talent, star power. So Lex Luger's in the best shape. Talent was Hugh Morris's. Star power was Lex Luger. The complete opposite. Hugh misses a splash off the top. Lex applies the torture rack. Hugh taps. Miss Liz then comes running crying in front of Lex. Like, oh my God, has Savage done something to her? But then as Savage walks, Lex Luger walks, Randy Savage just beats on him until DDP makes a save, promoting this next week's Thunder match. Then we have a replay of Scott Steiner being selfish on Thunder to get the win. Then you have Chris Jericho versus Steve McMichael. Jesus. I know I don't like this. Chris Jericho's a cruiserweight. I don't like that. Mix match with a cruiserweight. He should be a cruiserweight. That's it. Jericho at the nice Hurricane Runner off the top. I'm very shocked that Mongo flipped off the top. That was it. I've got it here. Mongo flips just in time. Mongo hits a spiked tombstone to get the win. Imagine that today. Steve Mongo McMichael defeating Chris Jericho. Unbelievable. Not that great. 1.5 stars. After the match, Jericho cuts a promo saying he's pissed off that all fans boo him, then says he loves the fans and he respects them. It's really funny. Then we have a cruiserweight title match. You have Juventud Guerrero, the champion, defending against Rey Mysterio. Jericho shouts at Rey for interrupting him. He then apologizes, shakes his hand. And that's okay. And then he obliviates Rey. absolutely, he batters Rey Mysterio. Juventud goes to make the save, but as he does the springboard, he flips and flops, and it's so fucking funny. Everyone is bursting into laughter in the arena. It's so funny. Juventud hits a Spike Michinoku driver and got the win with a 450 splash off the top. A star, getting sympathy for Rey, and so we're going to obviously go down a Rey versus Jericho feud. Then we have Hollywood Hogan and Eric Bischoff. They come out. Hogan claims he should be world champion and calls fans pigs and gets out of there. He got paid to do a lot of money to do that. And then we have Gene Okerlund. He's interviewed Jim Neidhart. Neidhart puts over Ric Flair but says he's not the best. Bret Hart is the best. Ric Flair comes out. Flair said he's only saying it because he's married to Bret's sister. Jim says, let's get in the ring right now. They get in the ring. Flair, though, he takes him, gets the ref out of there, and boom, hits him with the brass knucks. Flair beats on Neidhart. Flair applies the figure 4 leg lock on the ring post. Bret Hart comes out. They brawl until Ric Flair runs away. The crowd is electric. It is thunderous in this building. Bret Hart, Ric Flair at Sold Out. I am excited. What a main event that's going to be. Then we have the tag titles on line. The Outsiders versus the Steiner Brothers. Steiner Brothers are your tag champs. Hogan and Savage are ringside. Hall chokeslam and then pretends to be the Giant. Again, just winding him up, getting him under the skin. Then what do we have here? We have what is this? Nash Big Boots Hall by accident. The ref. Oh, that was it. Nash goes to Big Boot, but the refs go down. Hogan takes out DiBiase ringside. Savage hits an elbow drop off the top rope. Looks like he's going to go hit Kevin Nash, because remember, Nash hit Savage last week, but Nash moves and he actually hits Rick Steiner. You know, Nash and Hall both get on top and cover 1, 2, 3. Hogan and Savage argue. Nash then goes after Savage. The show goes off the air right there and then. Absolutely brilliant. So you have Savage go for an elbow drop because both Hall and Rick Steiner are lying there, and then he hits a Savage. Nash Hall moves and he hits Steiner, but the question is, was Savage going for Nash? Nash thinks he was. He's going for Savage. Hogan's trying to separate him. You're going off hot. You will be back next week. There's no ifs, buts, or maybes. You will be back next week to watch the outcome. So with that being said, brilliant. Brilliant television from both companies. Admire both. Great writing. Absolutely brilliant. We had some good matches. Benoit and Malenko was a very good match, which I recommend you to watch. And this is the issue with the Attitude Era. There was lots of, great pay-per-view matches, but the Raws and the Nitros weren't good wrestling. It's not that it was bad wrestling, it was just short, sweet wrestling, but it was more about build. It was about promotion. It was about characters. And I like that. I do. I love my New Japan. I love my Ring of Honor. I love my everything wrestling related. But at times, I like a good story, like Lucha Underground. Perfect mix. Lucha Underground is the best mix. Nitro got a win. Raw got a win. It's tough. But with that being said, Raw did a better job at promoting Rumble, but Nitro, I felt, was the better show. That's a tough one, but I'm going to give it to Raw because they made me so excited for the Rumble. So Monday Night Raw has won, Nitro has won in this Monday Night Wars. And I'm going to get some live comments if we have any, and I know it'll be a bit weird if we have any live comments. If we do, it'll be great. I'm not expecting them, so if there's not, I won't feel too bad, and I just want to thank everyone who has watched live, and I hope it just brings back KocoSports.net. I love it if my YouTube wasn't being an imbecile. We have no live comments. Not a problem for me at all. Last week's show, the Monday Night Wars, didn't do good numbers, but I'm hoping this does do good numbers. Looking forward to bringing this. Even if it doesn't do good numbers, I'm going to enjoy it. And the ones that do, I hope you do. Episode 3 will be Royal Rumble 1998. So if you want to follow along with me, watch the Royal Rumble 1998 by next Wednesday/Thursday, and let's watch it and review it together. Be a great, great show. Looking forward to it. Goldust Vader, LOD versus the New Age Outlaws in the Royal Rumble match, and Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels in a casket match. I want to thank you all for joining me. I've been blabbering on now for long enough. Hope you enjoyed this show as much as I did. Stay safe, stay well. We'll be catching your asses down the line.